Johnny, get your gun, get your gun, get your gun. Take it on the run, on the run, on the run. Hear them calling you and me, every son of liberty. Hurry, go today, don't delay, go today. Make your daddy glad to have had such a lad. Tell your sweetheart not to pine and be proud. Her boy's in line. Over there, over there. Send the word over there. That the Yanks are coming, the Yanks are coming. The drums run tumbling everywhere. So prepare, say a prayer. Send the word to beware. We'll be all over, and we won't come back till it's over there. Johnny, get your gun, get your gun, get your gun. Johnny, show the Hun you're a son of a gun. Hoist that flag and let her fly. Yankee Doodle, do or die. Pack your little kit, show your grit, do your bit. Yankees to the ranks, from the towns to the tanks. Make your mama proud of you, and the old red, white, and blue. Over there, over there. Send the word over there. That the Yanks are coming, the Yanks are coming. The drums run tumbling everywhere. So prepare, say a prayer. Send the word to beware. We'll be all over, and we won't come back till it's over there.
Happy America Day, everyone. I do love those old nice military songs with just a touch of anime. Truly, truly, Girls and Panzer gave us many, many fantastic things. This is but one of them. Right. American Civil War, or Ultimate General Civil War, more correctly. Let's see how the game is today now then, because it's been a little while since we played it the first time around, where it was certainly a bit on the rough end, and it had the classic Games Lab thing of not telling you a damn fucking thing and then hurting you without any particular reason. But it's now gotten a little bit further along. So let's have a look. Plus, what game is more fitting for today than this? Seriously, what game could possibly be better? I was born in a family of successful plantation owners in America.
I was the first child in
Yes, yes. It is probably a good thing that we could keep the cotton pickers in line. Let's see. Arch Washington. Beautiful. Perfect. Ideal.
As the eldest child, I took on much of the responsibility for my younger brothers and sisters.
Yeah, so just do what I needed. I like that. I have no idea what any of these stats mean. Has the game? Yes, the game has had it in tooltips. My god. Okay, boosts units' ranged attack efficiency. Now, Americans can't shoot straight, but they can attack screaming towards the enemy. So, what boosts melee damage exactly? Exactly. Charisma, eh? Okay, charisma it is then. What we got here? Perception, willpower, intelligence. None of these help me. And I placed them under constant surveillance, the British way.
At the age of 11, I lost my father, and the responsibility for all family affairs passed to me. Plantation management and financial matters became part of my daily routine.
Keeping the cotton pickers in line was a long and hard duty, but a rewarding one. Can I get some charisma here now? Commandora, fine.
I spent my adolescence studying and managing the family's plantation. My mentor and older half-brother, who was like a father to me, died during our trip to Barbados.
Heresy's the question. Fire
Fire
is the answer.
I see they've made the animations that, no, there you go. You can see there's a little bit of a, like a, there, like when it doesn't quite loop, smoothly. Okay, right. Still a little bit of work to be done on the moving backgrounds there, but oh well.
At the age of 20,
Just nothing but negatives.
I
Why?
was appointed commander of the Virginia militia, in part due to my organizational talents.
Ah, yes. I took the Virgin Army to fight the Cherokee Indians in the Great War of exterminating the savages.
Service guarantee.
God, the only problem with this game is that you're not allowed to play the good guys, which firearms, stamina. But I keep telling you, I wish to stab the enemy.
Capturing several French forts, and in spite of some setbacks, we succeeded in driving out the French.
For French, the only thing worse than the Americans.
By English officers with little respect for my abilities, so I decided to resign. My next steps were...
I married a witch widow. I like it. I like it. Tension with natives? Fuck the natives. Reputation, always go with power over money.
I was elected to the Virginia House of Burgesses.
I became the Virgin of Virgins in the House of Burgesses. Virginia's a very dumb name for a state, America. I hope you understand this. Privateers to patrol our coast, infantry units, brown besses, 69 muskets. I remember the boats don't actually work yet, so that's a very bad idea.
Tensions with England
infantry
have reached
unit
a
then.
breaking point. In the near future, a confrontation will break out, and I will have to use all my experience to fight for the independence of the colonies.
Ah, if only I could fight for the good guys. Hard. Deluded Americans dispute a royal sovereignty authorities anywhere in the Empire. We'll send enough reinforcements to defeat the rebels and force the colonials to return to their duties. You know what? I like that. If everything's closer, yes, we'll try not to return to the game. The game allows you to deviate even further from the historical scenario. The AI will not try to return the game to the historical outline. Depending on the selected difficulty, it may send fewer troops to restore historical disposition. To restore historical... Now, this is one of those Game Labs things where I look at this and I remember the Civil War and how you could completely wipe out the enemy army and it would actually leave the AI... Ooh, pudgy face. And it would actually leave the AI stronger than if you hadn't fought them, because they would receive so many elite reinforcements that they would not only make up for their losses, they would be stronger after you defeated them on the field of battle. So, you know, I am kinda tempted to do limited AI there, but I'll turn it off for now for shits and giggles. Johnson Smith, the worst thing the British Empire ever did was lose us. You should play as the British keeping us this time. That way we can save the Empire. I wish that was possible. But apparently they're going to make the British campaign DLC, which I deeply disagree with. Deeply disagree with. And cough, whatever. If America is Britain's ungrateful colonials, is Britain then the Norse's ungrateful colonials? Happy 4th, you inch and a feet ish. I don't know that. No. We successfully conquered England. We successfully conquered England. See, this is something I've tried to explain to Sargon on multiple occasions. He's like, Britain wasn't conquered. What were the people who invaded and defeated the Saxons called? The Normans? Sargon? Yeah, no, Britain was successfully invaded. There was no attempts about it. There's no ungrateful colonials that are rightful part of Norway. They just haven't fucking figured it out yet, which is a bit annoying. Willpower and efficiency, or stamina and efficiency. What does willpower do? You've removed the previously. Will you lead the defense? Sure. Loading. Loading. There we go. The British army is attempting to advance to Concord and seize Patriots' weapons and ammo. Disgusting. The stash weapons and ammunition are vital for our cause and must be saved at all cost. We have reports that patriots from the near countries are on the way and we must slow the British down until they arrive. Good luck, mein General. You've tied the pause to something that isn't space. I tremendously disagree with this. May I change that somehow? Pause. Space. Thank you. Always use space for your pausing needs. Boy, it's a lot of British. Filthy fucking British. That's not a lot of... I feel like this is one of those scenarios again where I'm pretty sure I had more dudes than this the last time I played. Has American General Civil War already started to be a little bit like, people had a little bit too easy a time with this. I'm gonna hurt them more. Gamelabs and their player base has what can at best be described as a strained relationship. Very, very strained relationship. Right, now, in most cases in these games, assuming defensive positions is actually a net deficit for the defender, but I'm gonna hope that maybe that's changed a little bit. Ah, good. More Americans. Go, my little American puppies, horn dogs, whatever the hell you are. Go, go. Did they remove the tilting the map thing? Because this is as much as I can tilt it, and I feel a deep-seated, desperate urge to tilt the map more than this. Alright, this is all the tilting I'm allowed, so I guess I'll just live with it. There, shoot the filthy British, shoot them!
Service guarantees citizenship.
Good, good. Unfortunately, there's a lot more British people than there are American people. This is a sadness, but it is a near inevitable sadness. The Americans were evidently inferior sexual partners to the British, and so the British were able to create a lot more people than the Americans were. Unfortunate. I'd like more Americans, please. I feel like I'm still severely outnumbered. Charles Smith, no, Britain hasn't been invaded. It's because Britain became a thing after the Norwegians had all invaded, lol. So technically, you created it. Oh yeah, I'll take that too. We did indeed more or less create Britain. I was kind of hoping you'd come over here and like expose your flank or something. That would be great. No? I feel like all of my gunfire so far has resulted in absolutely nothing. And yeah, more or less. More or less. More or goddamn less. Alright. More patriots are marching in. Good, good. We're gonna need them. Double time it. Shoot those. You will be outshot because you Americans are sad and pathetic when it comes to the handling of your weaponry. It is a tragic, yet unavoidable consequence of being weird and American. Seriously, okay, right. I did this on Twitter again the other day, but Americans should watch more Chinese propaganda movies. They really should. I watched a brilliant one the other day called Born to Fly, which is about the Chinese developing a stealth fighter, and it's great because their stealth fighter isn't very good. Their stealth fighter is in fact quite garbage. It's not a very good stealth fighter. And there's a scene in the beginning where their outdated fighters are dogfighting an American fighter, and the American fighter pilot just absolutely humiliates the Chinese pilot, flies back, zooms past his cockpits, flipping him off as he does so. And all of this is caused because the Americans are just bullying random Chinese oil platforms in the Taiwan Sea. Like, I love it. It is great. It is be the America that China thinks you are. We need more of that. We need more of that. We need a lot more of that. Alright, these 18 guys are probably about to decide to run away, I'd imagine. Right. Yep. Actually, they didn't. Oh, no, they did run away. They were mostly annihilated before they ran away, but some of them did run away. Good. Yeah. Yeah, Brits. Uh-oh. Alright. Okay, actually, no, don't charge all of them in there. We've actually got a very good flanking position here, so let's not dedicate everything to the big fat melee. Oh, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. All right, 175 of you, you'll set up positions there. Cannons, I like cannons, so long as they're on my side. The best part is, too, again, the mighty dragon, the J-20 Chengdu, it's not a very good fighter. It's not very good at all. And the Chinese are like, yes, finally, we have stealth fighters. Like, it's not very stealthy, though. Like, but we'll beat American Pig Dog aircraft in dogfight. You know what? It probably will. You know, it probably will. It's a twin-engine, you know, vector thrust jet fighter. It probably has superior maneuverability to the F-35 and the F-22. The only problem is, of course, that the F-22 and the F-35, you know, the Chengdu will never actually see either of these aircraft before the aircrafts have fired their missiles at them and killed them. But hey, details, details, right? As I love how the Chinese completely forgot the entire point about their stealth fighter being, you know, stealthy. That is the reason why stealth fighters are good. Not because they're good dogfighters, it's that you don't see the damn things. Oh, that's a lot more Americans. Yes, yes. Continue pouring Americans into the fight.
Heresy's the question. Fire is the answer.
The primary advantage of a stealth fighter is indeed that it is intended to be stealthy. Okay, we're making excellent progress on their flanks here. Lovely, lovely. Let's detach another of the 250 men to crush their flank. And these will push in towards the center, where our numbers are dwindling somewhat, unfortunately. Yes, yes, surround the filthy British, surround them! Make them beg for their silly little British lives. Actually, I feel like I can... No, I'm exhausted, tragically. Good. Overwhelm them with numbers. We Americans may not be very good at shooting, but there is a disgustingly large number of us. Individually, the American is a quite sad fighting man. Clearly incapable or unwilling to stand up to the mighty British red shirts. But his advantage lies in numbers, and the ability to simply walk towards the enemy whilst firing his weapon, seemingly uncaring of his own safety. There are many theories as to why this is. Some allege that the American is just really, really unintelligent. Others claim that the silly American desire for freedom somehow bolsters their decision to do this. Satisfactory answer has not yet been reached. Exhausted. I really still would like you to just, you know, go over there and stab them, though, because there's a lot more of you, and, you know, they're a lot better at shooting than you, but, you know. If you say so. If you say so. There we go. That's better. That's better. Yes, 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 yes. Nice. You can actually capture enemy units now instead of having to completely surround them to do it. Nice. I like it. I like it. Sure, we're having a little bit of friendly fire going on, but hey, so what? We're Americans. Aiming is not in the job description. Shooting is. Continue to advance, my little pretties. Push the British. Push. March the British back towards the rape camps. Much like the Scythians before us, my Americans have decided that the best way to treat captured enemies is to hand them over to our women. Because just like the Scythians, the Americans have recognized that there is no more evil, vile, callous, and cruel creature on this God's good green earth than your average female. Running out of ammo, but such is life. It happens. Damn it, Americans. Why are you fleeing? Americans surrendering! Ah, disgusting. Disgusting. You're winning, and yet you're still giving up. Come now, Americans. Do not allow this brilliant victory to be wasted because you simply don't have the backbone of the British. Come now. Tell me it is not so. That's more like it. Finish the encirclement. That's better. You have been flanked. In fact, you've been surrounded. It is probably time to surrender now. Beautiful. Beautiful. The complete annihilation of the British forces. The lemmings rush of the American has proven absolutely, unquestionably, undisputably successful. There we go. We may not have their courage, we may not have their discipline, but we have superior numbers. There we go. Throw the Americans at the British bayonets. Liberty is not cheap, Americans. You must purchase it with the blood of countless of your children, I'm afraid. This, incidentally, is why we really should introduce universal suffrage in terms of the military as well, yes. This is one of those things that has often been overlooked as we continue our bountiful and beautiful progress towards true equality. We need equality in the army as well. Oh, this is a dumb view. I don't like this view. This view is terrible. Stop doing this view. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Video game. How can I? Video game. Video game. Seriously, you're not expecting me to keep scrolling to fix this, are you?
Service guarantees citizenship.
There we go. Okay. That was a terrible view, video game. Never do that again. Awful, awful view, video game. John Smith, no, Britain has been invaded. Phantom Lord 07, Top Gun is better. It probably is. And Hippo Hegemony, Hail Overlord, God save America. America has been saved. Can I? If I go over there and try to shoot at you, will you die? No, you're just gonna, like, very slowly scooch away to remain just out of range. That's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. Maybe I can hide in the undergrowth and wait for you to come near. This again reminds me of one of my ooh, that's the edge of the map. You can't go any further, Percy. Oh my god, Percy. Oh my god, Percy, this is very unfortunate, Percy. Percy, your life is about to come to a fucking abrupt end, Percy. Yes, kill Percy. Kill Percy. Percy does not deserve to live. Kill Percy. Kill Percy. Anyways, this reminds me of one of my favorite games ever, which is the Battles of series. Like the Battles of Hannibal, the Battles of Caesar. And it's a damn shame that none of them work anymore because they were so good. I love the fact that they're just sitting there allowing me to kill them. They were so good games, so incredibly good games, so tactical and so beautiful for their time as well. The Great Battles of, they were called. They have them on Google Games, on Good Old Games, but sadly they don't work. I've downloaded all of them. I bought all of them, desperate to try and get them to run, and they just don't run. And even when I can get them to run, they run for like a second, and then they crash, which is... it's so tragic. It is so tragic, because they're so good. They are so unbelievably good. They would hold up great today. If I could get them to fucking run, I would do a series on them. But the only way I can get them to run, I managed to get them to run in I think a virtual, Windows 98 desktop thing once. And that is just a fucking pain to set up. Oh boy. That is a pain to set up. That is beyond a pain to set up. Right, what was I doing? I was getting... probably endurance. Yes, endurance is probably good. Oh, I need to click apply. Okay, fair enough. There you go. Right, the British has been defeated. Well, not really. The British have not really been defeated. There's going to be a lot more British people, I'm afraid. There's going to be a frightening quantity of British people, I'm afraid. But for the immediate time being, the British have been defeated.
Heresy is the question. Fire is the answer.
Right, we shall not commit to the same error as last time, where we attempted to fight the British on their own turf. There is ways, by the way. I played this after I played it on stream, and you can basically just bum rush Boston and win the game immediately by just mobilizing everything you conceivably can and just throwing it at Boston as quickly as possible, or alternatively by just cheesing the shit out of the game by going up there and teasing out some units repeatedly to just tease out little units, then taking Boston. So you can cheese the game and just win the game like that, but that's not necessarily fun, though.
Victory or death.
I wouldn't mind taking Fort Stevenson, though, as that would be a nice little, safety point for my lads in the future. 2nd Connecticut. John Templar. Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army. The Continental Congress commissioned you as Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army. You were selected over other candidates based on your previous military experience, leading the Army of Virgins against the Indians, and hope that leaders from Virginia could help unite the colonies. Local patriots have gathered weapons and a regiment of militia to join you. Yay! Alright, the game had a research thing. Ex-Hammerster, 13th Thor. 248 years and still kicking ass and chewing bubblegum, and we're all out of gum. 1776 will rise again. Pray the Trump God Emperor goes full MAGA this November. Let's go. I love being an American. I understand. I can see it. I can see it. Your taxes and property prices are deeply appealing. There's no doubt about it. Right, this game had some sort of a system for doing researchy things. I remember this. Historical Regiment, Morgan's Rifles. Commanded by Daniel Morgan, Elite Light Infantry. Commanded by training and rifles to smooth with muskets. Well, that's pretty cute. Can I have that? Assigned project. Environment, Chief Intellectual Officer, Chief of Navy. Okay, so these will eventually then unlock other things. Okay, but I want the rifleman first, because the rifles are kawaii. Also, that is a part of the American Civil War that has been massively overstated. The whole, like, rifle thing that they were picking off British officers, massively overstated. The rifles weren't really all that much more like useful for sniping off officers than the smoothbores were, in large part due to the lack of any actual decent optics. The fact that the Americans did kill officers was absolutely a thing, and often that led to, you know, problems on both sides, as the entire reason why you didn't shoot officers didn't really have anything to do with the fact that it wasn't effective. Obviously, it was effective. It had more to do with the simple fact that if you shot the officers, then who would control the men? Because the men would usually then start going fucking berserk and ruining shit. As, you know, they were recruited from amongst the local savages, essentially. Right, I figured I could probably just... -2, -6. I could probably just out-siege them here, really, but I'm also kind of tempted to just run towards them screaming, but they're in fortification, so I feel like running towards them screaming might actually be a problem. The Massachusetts Patriots have formed a militia unit at Leicester, Massachusetts Bay. They're eager to fight under your command. Well, unfortunately, I only have one commander, and he's busy right here, so you're just gonna have to suck it for a little bit, I'm afraid. Most likely retreat immediately. In that case, I feel like just shooting them some more then. As I would like to route them properly, efficiently, and effectively, yes. Right, give them one more volley, then we're going to force them out of their positions by charging them with bayonets, and then we'll hunt them down in the wasteland thereafter. Yeah, yes, as the chat says, the anti-loot stick, absolutely. The anti-looting stick is a vital import to make sure that the soldiers are behaving themselves with the proper plume. Oh, that actually kind of looks like a fort, doesn't it? Okay. Well, we are, of course, going to make sure that the enemy will have the minimum opportunity to escape their predicament. So we are going to quite happily move our little dudes around the fort till we get to that rear exit there. I should have plenty of time to do so. Yes, I believe so. Any cannons? Do they not get free cannons like in Civil War? They don't, I think. Okay. So I'm presuming the fort just gives like an enormous cover bonus modifier then or something, which is fair enough. Victory or death? No. Okay, well actually this is fine. This is actually entirely fine because you have elected to retreat directly towards my dudes. Right, run my dudes, run. Oh, shit. Okay. The British do in fact know which direction my dudes are going in. Unfortunate. Right, run dudes, run. Spring! Spring! Schnell! Allow not the British filth to return home to their tea and crumpets. Deny them their basic human rights. This is Ukraine and we're doing drone warfare now. Fuck them. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, that's more like it. You know, it would be nice if you had a tutorial section where you fought like the Indian War. That would be really cool. I would love an Indian War fight. That'd be great. Right, dropped equipment supplies. I don't necessarily... What does that mean? How does that work? So if I go in here now, I'll start capturing it. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, Herd and Templar. Let's begin moving back towards Leicester. Line range tactics. Melee, willpower. Close range tactics. 10 melee. You know, I'm gonna build a professional army eventually, so I feel like I want to go with long range tactics. But I also know that Americans, you know, the American sentiment does not lean towards shooting. It leans towards violent confrontation. Yes, we shall lead them in the manner of the old Vikings. That's what we shall. The Archean Viking Horde. Assault course, yes. My Viking Guard. God, I wish I could rename these. Can I? Is there any way for me to rename these? No? Really? Oh, come on. Really? There's no way for me to rename these? British. I hate the British. Is there no way for me to rename these? Come on, there must be. R? No. Shift R? No. So, do I want to sit on Fort Stevenson? I kinda do. I kinda do, honestly.
Regroup here.
British boats shooting our shore or something. I don't think there's a way to... You can spend reputation at the headquarters, can I? How? Bounty? Performance is low. The desertion... endurance. What? Salary. Right, I don't know what any of that means. You can spend reputation to fin the project immediately. Okay, how much reputation do I have, video game? 85? Oh, fuck yeah. Finish it then. Shit, I got loads. Does that mean it actually finishes immediately, or do I have to... Yeah, I have to wait a day, of course. Not totally sure. Duh. I am fuming at the fact that I am not allowed to, Morgan Rifles. Recruitment house in Hartford. Okay. I am absolutely fuming at the fact that I can't rename these. We'll have you settle down and bring up your numbers a little bit. Whilst Arch Washington goes to fetch the rifles. 3rd Connecticut. Morgan's Rifles. There we go. Let's bring you back up here. Right, Morgan, you're a shooty thing, so we shall have willpower... No, stamina, and efficiency. Stamina's just better, in my opinion. It was better in Civil War, so I'm pretty sure it's better here, because it just allows you to do more things for longer, which is just good. Straight up, just good.
Push through.
I hear filthy, dirty British boots are marching, too. Renault's Art, I'm looking at Crusader Kings and unsure if I should go for 2 or 3. Which do you recommend? I have heard 2 is better. Is it true? In many ways, I would say that 2 is indeed better. But 3 is not bad. And 3 does have, like, better graphics. Honestly, if I were to compare the 2, I'd have a really hard time really hammering it down, I feel like. Right. Sign that. Pay for it. Because I actually quite like 3. I don't mind 3. I think 3 is perfectly good for what it is. But the biggest issue is just the paradox issue of it, you know? Alright. Fort Stevenson. I kind of want to keep them up there, and I kind of don't want to keep them up there. Alright, so you wanted me to build a recruiting house. Which I do. How, video game? How? I'm sure you told me, it's just that I wasn't paying attention at the time, which is entirely normal. Let's begin moving towards Providence. Local list, Stevens, Hartford, Leicester, Portsmouth. None of that. There was a button that did this. I know there was a button that does this, and now I have lost control of the button. Management? Army management. Okay. Prisoners, regiments, garrisons, ports, ships. No, none of that. Okay. Recruitment house, town hall, capital. Supplied livers. Research. Not available. Unit limit exceeded. Hartford. 100% recruits. Leicester? Town hall? I guess I just upgrade the town. Just let the income of subscribe with the little change up before. Chief Engineer Department. Okay, that makes sense. Brash. Select the menu, select factory, I can complete the on Hartford. Okay, so I was supposed to do it in Hartford. Right, so I was supposed to build a recruiting house and now also a production house? What did it tell me to do? Yep. Project HQ, artillery department. Yep. Spend research on that too, because why the hell not? Where did you put my objectives? I'm sorry, video game. I'm not paying enough attention to you. I apologize. It's my fault. More or less. Mostly. Some of it's your fault. You make it difficult to tell, okay? Chief Engineer. You seem qualified, and you can apparently do the Quartermaster department thing. Or can't you? No, you can't. Okay, well, never mind then. Can you do something else? No. But then what is your job, sir? Factories. Okay. Oh, I can... Oh, Engineers of the Revolution. Okay, 7.5 research speed. Nice. That's useful, I think. 1,186 dudes. God help me. Why so many? Why always so goddamn many? Oh, okay. I mean, if you're gonna come out with just a handful against me to begin with, that's fun. That's good. Yeah.
Aim true.
You're not gonna come out with a little group anymore?
Regroup here.
You've elected not to do that, have you? Gay of you. Let's bring the 400 men from Hartford as well. Artillery department. We do like our artillery, don't we? You and revolutionary artillery. 5% research speed. That did actually get selected, right? Right. Yes. And spend another 7 just to smash through that early research. Right, hold here for a moment whilst Morgan and his boys regained their conditioning. What are you? You're actually infantry, right? Yes, you are. Right, halt here for a little bit. Construct production infrastructure in Hartford. Production infrastructure, okay. Let me guess. Production points? Seems reasonable. Construct recruiting house and capture Providence. 6 days left. Right. Oh, boy. Yeah, I don't know about that. That's, Connecticut Patriots of Former Militia. Quartermaster Department. Nice. There's a lot of British coming there.
Take cover now.
There's a lot of British coming there. Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah, 1,200 plus, I don't even know how many others are there.
Service guarantees citizenship.
Yeah, that doesn't feel like it's really worth the, that doesn't really feel like it's worth the effort, if I have to be honest.
Heresy's the question. Fire is the answer.
Press the
I'll threaten Newport. Maybe I can get them to march out, because I don't feel like smashing my head in against that anytime soon. It seems silly. Right, Quartermaster Department. Let's get somebody assigned there. You, apparently. And new product, wagons. Well, I do like wagons. I enjoy wagons. Forge payment off on. Whatever the hell that means. And Sons of Liberty. Right, Sons of Liberty. All of that is going to take a absolute millennium to research. That is fine. Ben says, I wonder if your outcome for the Battle of Bunker Hill long ago, you killed nearly all the British force of 3,000 men and captured General William Howe, will have changed the course of the war. Ah yes, Bunker Hill. Age of Sail. Age of Sail was a game with a lot of promise that didn't really, if I'm to be honest, deliver on most of that promise. Alright, well, I feel like taking Newport away from them, but I don't think I'll be attacking the 2,666 professional troops in Providence with my 1,200 troops. That just seems silly to me.
aim true.
Oh, let's advance in on them.
Push through. Keep moving.
I'll move in herd, because they don't seem to be reacting, so I'm going to move in herd to cut off their retreat then. International relationship changes. Tension between the Creeks and the Britons will decline. Wales and Spain's. Wales and Spain, Creekies, blah blah blah. Pennsylvania Patriots join. More down there? Yep. Alright, we're going to keep this, the militia on the defense. We'll give Newport like one more volley, then we'll... Oh, never mind. It appears they are retreating. Well, that is going to be a somewhat painful retreat, probably. Actually, they got away. I should have attacked earlier. Apparently. Yep, should have attacked earlier. As they seemingly just moved straight through herds, boys, without any real problems, tragically enough. Edoman, objectives are top right. I did finally notice, but thank you. Not a banned account. Can we hope for female Astartes in Amazon's Warhammer 40k? You know what? I wouldn't be surprised. I unironically would not actually be surprised if they did something like that. Newport has docks and a meeting house and stuff. Militia Regiment Supply Party.
Heresy's the question. Fire is the answer.
Loyalty mostly to America. Right, so the supply party. That's a militia regiment. We don't really need that yet. Supply units during battle can be captured. Yep. Right, so I do believe that supplies will eventually snake their way out to the guys. I think that's how that works. For the moment, I'm just gonna have them join the garrison, hoping that they'll reinforce.
Hold the line.
Oh, can he only have one unit in... No, surely not. That would be silly. Yeah, come on, that would be silly. That would be just dumb. Retarded. Dissolving for lines. It has been reported that France and Spain have decided to dissolve the groundbreaking alliance they had formed earlier in the year. The dissolution comes as a shock to many, as the alliance had signaled a historic departure from centuries of rivalry and conflict between them. Well, ain't that unfortunate? British Navy ship in port, USS Obedience. Capture Boston. Yeah, that ain't happening anytime soon, I'm afraid. USS Obedience, and I don't know what this British boat is, but it's probably bigger than mine. And Spiky 1996. Speaking of countries being strange, what is going on with your Ministry of Culture? I thought Norway wasn't this far gone yet. Oh, we are very much so that far gone, sir, I'm afraid. I'm sorry to inform you, but Norway has long since fallen into disrepair. It is tragic, but it was, I suppose, inevitable. There we go. Yeah, they're reforming their dudes now. There was even the thing the other day with that dude, I Show Speed, that guy, who went to Norway and was like attacked, basically, by fans, and there's like, Norwegians, oh god, the Norwegians are so unruly. I look at the recording, a lot of black people. I'm like, yes, those darn Norwegians. So many darn Norwegians. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Yeah. Those are apparently very good shooty shoots. What guns do my dudes even have? Can I find out? Suddenly the music got a lot louder for some reason. Please don't. So, what guns? Ah, there we go. Here you can rename them. There. There we go. The 1st and 2nd Viking Brigade. Much better, much better. Can I rename the dudes? No, sadly. Let's see. We need names for regiments. We need names for regiments. I don't know. Regiment names. No. Misleading, because they're not actually Norwegians, because they don't have melee traits. Norwegians of color. It's gonna just have to be named the for now. Morgan's rifles. Now, biggest donation today was Ben, so they can be Ben's. They can be Ben's rifles. There you go. Ben's rifles. Now, I need to... that was what I was trying to figure out. I was figuring out what weapons they had. Civilian musket. Ooh. Really? Civilian fucking muskets? Ooh, I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that at all. Can I order something fancier than that, please? Something
Heresy is the
cuter?
question. fire is the answer.
Right, some brown besses would actually be lovely. There's like 21 on the market. Okay, so buying them is kind of, sort of, a little bit pointless. 200 market, 200 market, 200 market. Civilian musket, 2,000 market. Yeah, there just ain't a whole lot of... There just ain't a whole lot of them. Right, there's got to be like a production thing. Fort Stephens. Ooh, region upgrades.
Service
Oh,
guaranteed
okay, hello there.
citizenship.
Now, I don't think... What did I just do? I have no idea. I think I started building roads. I don't know. I'm not certain. Production management. That sounds useful. Production, you could only produce civilian muskets. Well, fuck me. Produce some ammunition. I feel like I'll probably use ammunition. I don't want to produce civilian muskets. I don't want to produce civilian muskets. I don't like civilian muskets. Civilian muskets are kind of useless.
Victory or death. Advance
Right, Washington. You are what we call a forward scout. I know it's kind of retarded to use my actual general as a scout, but that's where we are now. Is it retarded? Yes. Is it what we've been reduced to? Yes. As more and more little Brits are gathering up in Providence there. Yeah, see, if they start walking towards me, I think the only real solution is to just fucking flee, frankly. DinoFan 219, will this madness ever stop?
Guaranteed
No.
citizenship.
And Local Raven, happy birthday, Americans, aka Neo-Norwegians. That is true, we did come there first. Wait.
Service guarantees citizenship.
Art thou going to be dumb enough to leave? To try and hunt down my little Arch Washington? Because that would be great if I could just, you know, real sneaky like now, get in behind you. That would be lovely. So long as the other, 4,400 men don't intervene, that is. That would be tragic and catastrophic. And yes, I believe I can. Well, this is nice. It's fucking ideal, actually. Okay, yeah, leave the forest as well. Give the forest to me, too. Beautiful. I'm just gonna, Hey, why are you leaving? Hey, don't leave. Don't leave. That's silly. You don't want to leave, little Brits? Don't you understand that you have an excellent opportunity here to capture the general or something? Dudley Pond. Is there really such a place as Dudley Pond? Is that real? Is there a place in America which is just Dudley's Pond? Who lives there? Dudley. It's Dudley's Pond. You retarded or something? Oh.
Aim true. Charge forward.
Yes. And JD is the new gold standard. Hey kids, want to see a car crash in real time? The UK exit poll predictions are out at 10 p.m. BST. British Standard Time, I'm guessing. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how that works out. I'm very much so looking forward to seeing how that works out. Right, so we've got them right there. I mean, if they have any sense, they are going to run screaming in the opposite direction as soon as this battle begins. As soon as this begins, they should be running, screaming for the hills. So we are, of course, going to try and prevent that.
Advance quickly.
Let's see, yes. If the British have any sense, running away would be their course of action. Oh, okay. Not running away yet.
Service guarantees citizenship.
Interesting, interesting. Please continue to not run away. That'd be good. I'm very interested to see what happens with the the US elections too, but the British elections now first and foremost, because like I am really quite genuinely hoping that the Conservatives will take an absolute pounding in this one, because there needs to be a very clear message sent to the Conservatives that if you wish to remain in power, you can. You are in a position where you can get to do anything you want, essentially. The people are on your side, but... oh, there they go. The people are on your side, but you need to be on their side as well. You cannot simply abandon your people. You cannot simply violate your election promises like it's nothing. If you want to stay in power, you need to actually follow the wills of your electorate. And that is something that just has not been happening for the longest time now, which is the biggest problem with modern day and current year democracy, is that democracy only works so long as the politicians are actually trying to do what the people are making them do. The moment they start getting ideas that they know best and that they don't really need to listen to the electorate, that's when shit gets unfortunate. And that is when the electorate needs to very, very loudly and very, very stridently inform the politicians that this will not be allowed. That they in fact exist to serve the people, not the other way around, as far too many politicians have seemingly developed an idea of. Come on there. Yes, 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 yes. Continue to close in on them. Brilliant. Pour it on, make them panic. Make them understand that surrender is preferable to slaughter. Damn it. Darn it. I think those are going to get away, unfortunately. So I didn't quite manage to close their retreat route. Still, capturing 200 out of 300. I'll take it. The left wing and the right wing belongs to the same bird, Native American saying. You know, that's a very good saying. That is unironically a very, very, very good saying.
The attack.
Right. Willis, we're gonna have you... take care of that.
Aim true. Keep moving.
And I don't think I saw any... No. Willis. There. That Willis. That.
Advance.
Oh, and they surrendered. Beautiful.
Advance.
Bountifully beautiful bounty. Yes.
Keep moving. Push through.
God, I can't wait to have multiple generals, though, because needing to go around and, like, doing this manually with each individual unit is pain.
Keep moving. Regroup here.
Just keep an eye on them.
Keep moving.
Make sure that nobody's doing anything silly-willy. And more importantly, the British aren't doing anything silly, like assaulting me or something. I wouldn't like that. Not one bit. Not one bit. There's a lot more of them than there are of me. We are a intelligence officer among the British naval rank. This officer gathers critical information of British plans, communicates it back to us. He upon the Brits send fresh troop to Boston by sea. Another 680 troops. Yes. Yes. Again, if you want to try and finish the campaign quickly, you've basically just got to rush Boston because, yeah, this is an American General Civil War style game where your enemy is going to get a lot more dudes than you, a lot more dudes than you, a lot quicker than you, and that's just kind of how it is. I wish I could build a fortress here, actually. A fortress would be really nice right about here. I built some roads, didn't I, for some reason? Didn't I? Colonies Management, Connecticut. Rhode Island, Newport, Georgia, North Carolina. New Hampshire. Connecticut. Colonies. Ah, yeah, construction management. That was what I was doing with the whole building roads thing. One of which is almost complete, apparently. That's nice. Second Continental Congress. Second Continental Congress meets in Philadelphia. Realizing the complexity of the situation, wealthy patrons, members of Congress decide to send you help what you need the most. Guns. Guns. Well, 600 dudes. Well, guns and men to wield the guns would be ideal. As I'm not really planning on fighting them near Newport. I think that would be suicide. I'm planning on running away to Hartford, which is where I will actually try and make a stand. Because there's 5,000 of them now. And that just ain't gonna work.
Advance quickly.
That just ain't gonna work. And I really don't want to waste time on raising militia regiments because they're frankly just not gonna be that effective. Hold on, Unit 24 Regiment of Foot, Commander Stephen Cunningham was found dead near Willie's Mass Militia. Dead near Portsmouth. Oh, right, yes, they were getting their asses kicked, that's true. Intelligence Department Research. Okay. 16. I will purchase the Sons of Liberty then. Bad British. Bad British. You sit there and wait for me. You no move. As the situation goes from worse to untenable. Musket production. At the moment, the base of our army is the local militia. The people yearn for the mines, but motley crowd will not be able to protect it in a fight with a well-trained army. Soldiers need equipment so necessary to establish the production of muskets as soon as possible. I agree. That sounds like a great idea. Being able to produce weaponry does sound very, 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 very useful. And we'll buy that immediately. As we continue to sit here and hope that the British don't come and kill us. Zero Firewater. Archley, with which global homo socialist will rule Britain with an iron fist like the other socialist politicians and crack down on the rights of the UK people while importing the Middle East and Africa? It's going to be Labour this time around. It's just gonna happen. Like, I know that some people are like really excited for Reform UK, and I think that Reform UK has a really great potential in the future, but it ain't Ain't gonna happen this year. Like, I am not expecting some kind of, new generals, barrack, Artemis Ward, Continental Army, artillery skirmishes, 30 artillery. Yes, I'd like artillery, thank you. Artillery would be absolutely lovely. Right, we shan't spend any more. Actually, do I want to spend like? I'll spend another 14, then I'm going to cut down on my prestige spending, because I don't want to run out, as I am pretty sure that probably means the end of the video game. Which would be sad and unfortunate. Right, qualified engineers, new building, fur training post, rum distillery, tobacconist shop. I see. Skilled craftsman. God, everything requires a lot of research, doesn't it?
Victory or death.
Right, go up there, Washington, and just, hello. Hello, Ferris. Where are you, Oh. Are you perchance allowing me another opportunity to reduce the number of British people? Because I like that. I like reducing the number of British people. I think you are. The 1st Viking Brigade will once again sally forth in the hope of catching Ferris Bueller outside, with his pants presumably around his ankles. No, 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 no. No, 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 don't head back, don't head back. No, don't. Bastards.
Hold your fire. Flank them.
Well, bitches. Okay. I hear weapons fire. Is that weapon fire coming from up here, perchance? It is. Willis is not having a good day. 600,200 Brits.
Stand firm.
Okay.
Retreat in order.
In that case, I think it's time to send out the rest of the boys
Steady. Men.
in an effort to try and cut down on the British a little bit. Column, if you please. Column.
Fire. Retreat in order.
God, I can't wait to have more generals.
Stand firm.
Let's try and get those in front of Ferris there. And we might have ourselves at least a little bit of a battle. Okay, I'll take it. Before the rest of the Brits arrive. It's gone for the strange. I'm capping the Superchats. The rest go to Imanji. That's good. He does need it. It's a little bit mean, perhaps, to cut off the British before they get to have their reinforcements, but the British are hardly playing fair with all of their free reinforcements streaming out from out of country, so I see no particular reason why I should be bound by their silly rules of conflict, etc. So let's begin by locating them and beginning to try and sneak around their flanks. There they are. Cannons! Ooh, I like cannons. Especially when there's every opportunity that they might be my cannons very soon.
Hold the line.
Okay, get inside the forest as much as you can.
Service guarantees
Right, I
citizenship.
would have actually loved to pull back a little bit here, but... because I'm not quite inside of the... protection of the forest, but...
Heresy's the question. Fire is the answer.
Is the sound effect volume tied to the music volume? It does seem that way, which is a very strange decision, but I swear to God the muskets are way, less muskety right now. Aren't they? Right. The lines have met. Time to start lapping around. In an effort to cut off their retreat, as I will be outshot. I will be outshot quite handily, but that is fine. There are more than enough Americans to make up for any inconsequential casualties that I suffer from British musketry. The important part is that the flank move continue. You know what's really funny? Okay, in these strategy games, people's understanding of strategy is often coming from movies, right? Where somebody pulls off some ridiculous stunt, like Keikakudori shit, where this enormous, hyper-complex mega plan somehow neatly slots into place, like
Service guarantees citizenship.
like Star Wars, right? With the Emperor Palpatine, where he has this incredibly complex 1,000-year Sith plan to make sure that the Sith will rise again and they'll take control of what the hell was they called? Like the capital planet, which I've forgotten its name of now, completely spaced it. And for the Jedi not to know anything, and it's this hyper-complex plan. It requires so many moving parts and so many itty-bitty little things to go right, otherwise everything will go to hell. If the Jedi figure out too early, everything will go to hell. If the Jedi figure out too late, everything will go to hell. If Anakin isn't a whiny bitch, everything goes to hell. Etc, 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 right? And of course, a lot of this has a little bit to do with just like contingencies. So it's planned to work out roundabout just so that you can, there's a little bit of error margin here and there, right? But you know how complex plans were in like actual medieval warfare? The complex planning was stuff like, I go right. That was about it. That was about as complex as many of the plans came. Plans became. It was literally just one army just went right every time. And that kept working, and so it kept going right. Until that just became doctrine, where the army would always go right. It would always overwhelm the enemy's right flank. And that would become the great Keikakudori. Like, I went right again, and it worked, yay! That was the plans of these hyper-complex warring nations. A little bit annoyed that so many of them managed to kind of get out of my surround there, honestly. We got a couple of units and we got their cannons, so... I'm not too displeased. Alright. Give everyone a second to catch their breath, if at all possible. Even the Romans, the Roman plan, because the Romans often get a lot of credit, and to be fair, some Roman commanders did do pretty great stuff, like Caesar. Caesar, if nothing else, had the ability to imagine the ridiculous and put it into life. Like, I forget the name of it. That's the Gallic fortress that he was besieging with Vercingetorix inside. Now, most commanders, once they're being attacked from behind, whilst laying siege to the enemy in front, would go, fuck, okay, Jesus, like, now what do I do? I can't defend against both, so what do? Caesar just goes like, ha, shovel! And so he digs another line of concentric defenses, this time outside, defending against the Gauls on the outside of his encampment. It's like, that is retarded, but it worked. Like, the fucking poor barbarians, they didn't expect this. They didn't expect the Romans to literally just be like, yeah, shovel.
Heresy's
Now
the
what?
question. Fire is the answer.
Double fortress. What are you gonna do about it? Cry? Like, and all the barbarians really could do is nod their heads and go like, yes. It was so simple, so retarded, and so effective at the same time. And very, very few other commanders would have had the sheer retardation and the balls to do something like that. There was also during the Crusades. There was a really funny one during the Crusades. I think this was during the this probably during the first Crusades. I think, where the Turks were harassing the Crusaders heading towards Constantinople, and they were using their superior horse archery to continuously harass the columns of slow-moving Crusaders. So the Crusader commanders figured that, okay, we've tried chasing them. We've tried attacking them with our own cavalry. It doesn't really work. Their horses are simply faster than ours, and we don't really take a whole lot in the way of casualties, because their arrows are mostly just bouncing off our fucking chainmail, but it exhausts us, and it risks separating our artillery from our actual soldiery, so fuck. Like, what are we gonna... what are we gonna do about it? And the solution they figured out was that we can't chase them, so we're just going to have to stay on the defensive. Right, how are we going to stay on the defensive? March in squares. And again, you can kind of hear the retardation dumbling around in the head. What do you mean march in squares? You stupid, do you have any idea how far we're going? Yes. Do you have any idea how many of us there are? Thousands. We can't organize that. March in squares. And they did. They marched in fucking squares. They marched in enormous defensive formations all the way to their objective. And again, what could the barbarians do? Cry about it. That's it. That was the only thing they could do. Cry about it. Right, did I capture that artillery? Because I'm pretty sure I did, but it's not in the unit, is it? Okay, so I can only actually open and customize them whilst they're in a city. I see. Okay, that makes a sort of in a way sense. I understand. A bit autismo, but I get it. 10 experience in, turns down units, tactician, 20% move speed of units. Move speed, definitely. Fuck yes. I love the ability to just loot the enemy's shit. That's really cool. 111 rifles and 1 cannon. Excusez-moi, senor. I'm pretty sure I got more cannons than that. I'm virtually certain I got more cannons than that. Come on now. Come on now. Marching in square helped because they now had infantry facing in every direction. The enemy couldn't launch any cavalry attacks against any segment of their formation. There was no front, rear, or sides to the marching Crusader columns. And of course, obviously, there were also crossbowmen and archers throughout the columns. So whenever the enemy, whenever the Muslims would attack them, they would not only be unable to break up their formations, thus they wouldn't be able to affect their morale, they would run headfirst into a wall of infantry, which would then pepper them with crossbows and archeries.
Charge forward.
Because the primary danger of a cavalry attack isn't the cavalry in and of itself attacking you and doing damage. That's not the real danger of a cavalry attack. The real danger of a cavalry attack is the panic it causes. It is the fact that it scatters and disorganizes your troops. It breaks up your formation. Because troops in formation are really, really tough. They have high morale, they've got comrades all around them, and they are protected against attack. Troops out of formation are an easy target for enemy cavalry, for enemy infantry, for enemy horse archers. Oh, hello there. Cavalry incoming. Alright, we'll fight the battle before you arrive then, motherfuckers. And indeed, we would then later on refine, that was the word I was looking for, refine upon these tactics in the age of pike and shot, where in many cases the formations were specifically designed to not have a front, side, or rear. Let's see. Zero, I'm so excited for the next 5 years, aren't we all? Bean, 175. Hey Arch, I'm thinking of writing a future of a Disunited States of America story. An idea how to start writing a good story and things to look out for when attempting to write a coherent story. Begin with the universe. Like, build your universe's basic foundation first, and then build from there. Because if you have a, consistent and functional basis, a foundation, expanding upon it is a lot easier. Joseph Smith, Arch, you not able to see my supers? More dollar for you, lol. Am I not? Did I miss something? I might have missed something. Jonathan Super. I did! 3 times! How the fuck? How? I am... Okay, I am very sorry, Jonathan. And not ban the county, will you apologize for and disavow the War of 1812? No. Sometimes, I swear to God. Amazon is making it like all Space Marines start male, but the gene seed is based on female. Therefore, they're all transgender and now female. You know what? I can see it. I can absolutely see it. Adoman, name one of your guys, First Latinx Company. And Joel Smith, you skip I'm Amazing Super. I know my value, lol. I'm sorry. Sometimes I get distracted and like a dog with a bone, I just hyperfixate on something else. And Samuel Eddy, I tried to send the quote about the whites of their eyes, but apparently Google doesn't like America. Well, isn't that just normal? And Zero Firewater, Archley. Oh, I read that one, the Global Homo one, yes. It will be, it will absolutely be Labour in Britain, by the way. There's no way it'll be Reform UK. I wish it would be, I wish it could be, but they don't have the momentum yet. They have the momentum. That isn't the problem. They don't have the pedigree yet. They don't have the knowledge of the public. They need to be more established before there's any real hope of Reform UK like properly winning an election, in my opinion. It's not going to happen yet. It will happen eventually, I think, but not just yet. Once more, filthy Brits, I am here to inform you that you are outnumbered and that you will very, very soon be also surrounded. How does it feel to be inferior in every way? Get you guys into the forest. The Brits are having skirmishes now too. I don't like that. Actually, scoot back just a pinch so I can get some more of my skirmishes on their flanks.
Victory or death.
The Queen's Rangers in their green uniforms. I do kind of... Oh, God, this... this isn't the era yet, but the era that will follow this, the Napoleonic era, oh, God, best uniform design ever. Or, well, best uniform design up until the Second World War Germans, because, you can say a lot of mean things about the Germans, here in the Second World War. They did misbehave on multiple levels, there's no hiding that, but God, their uniforms, Unrivaled. Unfucking rivaled. Like, even the hussar uniforms of the Napoleonic era pale in comparison, and those were beautiful. Or the cuirassier uniforms. Ah, they were great. I never quite understood Napoleon's fascination with green, however. I never really got that. Napoleon really liked green. Like, Napoleon really liked green. He himself famously, of course, wore the green uniforms of his dragoons most of the time. He even LARPed as a Muslim for a little while. Lesser known fact, but Napoleon was very fond of, like, Islam and the Africas? Egypt, more correctly. He had a Mameluke bodyguard, which he considered to be one of his most faithful and loyal retainers, and he probably was, honestly. Especially considering how most of his other generals would eventually end up betraying him, and most of his, you know, everyone would betray him, including his wife, his advisors. Talleyrand was a shithole. I hate Talleyrand. I want to go back in time and crush his testicles. Talleyrand. I fucking hate Talleyrand. I fucking hate Talleyrand a lot, okay? Like, you don't understand. It's difficult to really feel genuine despise and hatred for a historical figure, because they're pretty far removed from you and me, but Talleyrand, oh, God, I hate Talleyrand. Like, Napoleon was genuinely a rather fine historical leader, and he could have done really, really great stuff for Europe as a whole, honestly. His Napoleonic reforms are still with us today as an excellent example of just how much good he did. And Talleyrand ruined absolutely all of that fat little shit. I hate Talleyrand. I hate Talleyrand a lot. Right, excellent. We have our first surrendering unit. And we've gotten into close quarters combat with their cannons. That unit of rifles is getting kind of exhausted. You're charging me. Interesting. You're charging the 1st Viking Brigade? Up to fucking Mystic, bro. Up to fucking Mystic indeed. Yeah, somehow that didn't work out very well for the British. Huh, weird. It's almost as if there was a hint in the name there for the 1st Viking Brigade and how you probably shouldn't engage them in close quarters combat. You know, willy-nilly. It's just a terrible idea all around. Right, boys. Good job again. Now remember, the fewer of those little fucks get out, the fewer of those little fucks you're gonna have to fight in the future, so... make sure you get in there whenever possible. There we are. Get right out in front of them. Good, good, good. Convince the British of the virtue of surrender. Not too bad, not too bad. Gabriel Petrascu, is the D&D campaign still on? Probably not at the moment. What we're currently thinking is we might do This Week in Stupid again. There's a significant possibility that we might be able to relaunch This Week in Stupid as a streaming style series with me and Sargon and guests from across the internet. As Sargarooni's name, of course, will brings significant brand recognition, so we might be able to do This Week in Stupid with Sargon and myself as a podcast-style thing. Which I think will be pretty great. Oh, boy. It looks like we might actually have an actual battle on our hands here, huh? Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. 1,000, oh boy, I'm actually outnumbered this one. Oh, this will be a little bit nasty.
Service guarantees citizenship.
But if I can rout them, it'll be a lot more British dead. Now, whether or not that matters is, that's the question. I have this sneaking suspicion that if you turn on the, like, historical reinforcements, that the British AI just continuously gets troops, and an infinite amount of troops, to essentially try and force the historical status quo, which sounds retarded, but at this point, I'm beginning to figure out how Games Labs thinks, and that is exactly how Games Labs thinks. They think that, okay, the best way to why the hell would I have why are my objectives on the British side? Is this not a little bit retarded video game? Do you not think this might be a little bit stupid, dumb, idiotic, mayhaps even? Who knows? But this is absolutely how Game Labs thinks. Game Labs thinks that if it can basically, via the most unfair means imaginable, pigeonhole you into a position, then they can be like, oh, look, historical war game. That is very much so how Game Labs thinks, and it is very much how they have demonstrated themselves to think, which is one of my biggest critiques of Games Labs, as they are the very poster boy of developer versus player. I'm probably not going to be able to win this one. At the very least, I'm not going to be able to do anywhere near as much damage as I've done in previous encounters, but we can certainly pick away at them a little bit, I imagine. I wonder if there's a skirmish button. Is that the skirmish button? I'm not sure. Let's see if I can... If you're gonna be there, I can get you in the flank with a couple of units. As you're gonna trap yourself in a bit of a bad position there. If I can reduce the enemy's numbers with a good few volleys. Good, good. Skirmishers not doing too much damage as of yet. Yep, I'm definitely gonna need to concentrate as much of my fire as I can here. As, oh boy, yeah, the out-shooting is not good, not good. Okay, that is one unit reduced. Move on to the next one. How's my little skirmishers doing? You're doing okay, you're doing okay. These units are just gonna have to stand there and do this mano a mano for the time being. Oh boy. 13 to 22. I am being outshot more or less 2-1. Ow, ouchies. So I need to somehow kill 3-1. You know, well, in order to keep this a valid exchange. Keep pushing those. That unit is going to break. Yep. If I am ever fighting one unit versus one unit, I am immediately in a lot of trouble. Skirmishers? The skirmishers are actually doing good. They're picking them off nicely. I wish I had more ammunition to provide you with. I do not. So, however long your ammo lasts is however long you're going to be useful. Good. Nice route. What's your condition like? 36%. Not really good enough for a charge. Good. Right. Roll up the left flank. Ow. Artillery is hurting my poor little skirmishers. I don't like it. Do I have anything back here? I do! Oh, I don't even know where you came from. Okay, how about I use you for something worthwhile? It might be a good idea to fight with all of my troops. Good. Keep that one routing. And, see, this is non-ideal, because now I'm beginning to move into, you know, single unit versus single unit territory, which is terrible.
Heresy's the question. Fire is the answer.
Right, we've got a juicy flank shot on those guys, and we are going to take it. And we will finally rout that unit on that has been bothering our left flank. We'll push you to keep that one fleeing. Good. Good skirmishes. You are doing the Lord's work, skirmishers, keeping all of them nice and busy. The artillery is proving to be an enormous pain in my butt. Not necessarily unexpectedly. And keep the skirmishers out of range, if at all possible. I don't want to risk charging the artillery, because I think if it loads grape shots and shoots me right now, I am going to lose a unit. Continue picking our way at them. Boy. The slow degradation of my army. We are definitely retreating after this, I'll say that much. Alright. Lengthy engagement is not to my advantage. That unit is beginning to flee. Good. The artillery is the thing that's really screwing me. The artillery and the... Oh, God, yeah. Oh boy, another 118. That's a full unit behind me there. Yep, this is not going my way. Mostly because of the artillery. The artillery is just fucking murdering me, and I can't attack them. So if I do, they're gonna grape shot me and wipe me the... Oh, you decided to move into grape shot range anyways. Oh, I see. Lovely, fantastic. That's ideal. Thank you very much. I was going to try and keep you out of that, but You've elected otherwise, I see. Ooh, far too expensive a fight. Far too expensive a fight. Yeah, the artillery. I cannot fight near the artillery. I cannot fight near the artillery. Definitely not. Right. You are going to withdraw. Are the skirmishers somehow going to be caught by the line infantry charging them? They are, somehow. Okay. Well, at least I'll manage to hit them in the flank too, so there is that. Right. Move back, move back. We don't stand a chance. I should not have fought near the cannons. The cannons are fucking murderous. Right, well that will take care of that British unit at least. I am mildly shocked and surprised they didn't surrender from that. I'm pretty sure I've told you to retreat a couple times now. It would be nice if you'd obey my instructions at some point in the not too distant future, if at all possible.
Keep moving.
Oh, yeah. Too large units. Too large. Too large. The skirmishers will have to try and stop them, and I think they probably can. Right. I'll just need to move it into a position where I can get it in the flank right away.
Push through.
They might not want to do that. The problem is, I did lose both of the objectives, because both of my objectives spawned on the enemy side of the line, which is a curious thing. So I can probably regain that one, so I'll send units over to reclaim it. They're widening their frontage, which is unfortunately rather intelligent. Take advantage of whatever cover I have. Right. Skirmishers are proving to be very, very valuable. 38 dudes. We can probably shatter that. .33. .51 will probably be enough to capture it. Wish I could do something about that artillery. No, that's one more unit seen off. I can guard off the artillery. Okay, you're gonna give me a flank shot. I appreciate it. Ooh, hello. Careful. Right. Begin sniping at the artillery, and maybe we can... God, you have really, really generous grape shot range, don't you? Yes, you do. I don't like it. Low ammo. That's just what I need right now. Continue pushing. Right. After the little bit of the strategic retreat, we're actually beginning to see some good changes here now, finally. Oh, you're routing. Okay, that's fine. It's not fine, but if you must. Your condition is great, actually. Oh, you managed to rout them. Good job. Otherwise, I would have had you charge them. This really long flank move of theirs is finally starting to come to fruition. I'm just going to continue to fall back, though. So I don't really want to face that 118 men up front, if at all possible. Leave as much of the fighting as humanly possible to the skirmishers. Yes. Nice. Well, that was sweaty. A long and painful fucking withdrawal on the left-hand flank, followed by a nice counter-assault on the right and in the center. It would be lovely if I could get a couple more of them to surrender, particularly those cannons. I really fucking hate your cannons. I can't wait to have guns of my very own. Losses. 597 to 850. That felt like it hurt more, so I'm happy. I'm happy. Ouchies. And they've got another 700 guys coming up behind that, do they? Yep, I'm not really in a position to fight another 700 guys, really. Oh, never mind. They just charged me with another 240 fucking light speed cavalry. How does that fight actually work out? Are they like attacking me, or what's happening up here? I can't actually see. But yeah, there it got. Fucking shit. 700. Yeah, where's the retreat button? Is there a retreat button in this game, or are you just doomed to fight the fight forever? Yeah, I'm not fighting that. There's no point. No point. There's just no point.
Stand firm. Steady, man.
Fall back. Yes, that's a button I like. Fall back. That's the button I like. That's a good button. Well, apparently I then need to drop all of my equipment, but it's either that or being wiped out by the infinitely respawning hordes of Britain, so... The choice is a simple one at the end of the day.
Regroup here.
I fell back all of 15 centimeters. Great. That was worth it. What does the fallback button do? Oh, it makes you move faster for about a quarter of a nanosecond. And it makes you drop all of your ammo. How is this useful? Nobody really knows, but... You know, it's a GameSlab video game. Don't expect the GameSlab video game to take your needs into consideration. The GameSlab video game is not here to cater to you. It is here to hurt you. Occasionally unreasonably, mostly unreasonably, but sometimes reasonably. It is definitely time to get these guys back here to do some reinforcements. Ouchies.
Keep moving.
Well, I'm pretty sure I killed a lot more than I lost, so that's the good side. I'm a little bit disappointed I didn't level up all of my dudes. Right, Ben's rifles. We shall definitely give you firearms course, reloading speed, marksman, accuracy. Definitely. No fucking doubt. And the rest of you are not leveled up, which is a bit sad. Let's see, Ben, speaking of Saga of the Runt, Yojo, that's the pronunciation. Senki 30k is a thing. Tanya wakes up on Fenris in a pod in place of Lehman Russ and eventually becomes like Gustavus Adolphus in space with the wolf motifs. Fun read. I would imagine, yes, that does sound like a fun read. Yours, your Saint Key. It's on its, it's planning its 3rd season now, I think, which I'm quite happy about. I wanted to have more seasons. I wanted to have all of the seasons in the world, if possible. Right, do I have more brown besses I can buy? No, there's like 38 on the market and they cost an arm and a leg, so never mind about that. Cannons? Go away, little thing. Why must you be in front of me? There we go. Cannons. 6-pounder field guns. I can buy 2. No, I can buy 0. I have 2 in storage. Great. You know, I'm pretty sure I've captured like 24 of them at this point, video game. Are you... Why can't you just give me them, huh? Because this is GameLab video game. You don't get all of them. You get 1%. Why? 3 copper to Spain. Sure, why not? Not enough muskets. Really? Ah, because there's hunter's rifles, yes. So they just get shit instead, I'm guessing. Okay, so I could give them some brown besses. How many could I buy? I could buy 39. Oh, God, that is so not worth it. Spanish 55s? I could buy 385 of those for 9,000. I have 21,000, I think. But what's my income? My income is 2,000. My outcome is 1,800. Okay, that's not too bad. Charleville 66. $370, $385. I would like to get the entire unit with them, though. Can I produce anything yet? I don't think so. Nothing useful, at least. As I keep forgetting where the fucking production menu is. Ah, here we go. Yeah, still just civilian muskets, so there's really not that much point. The 3-pounder Galloper guns? Are 3-pounder Galloper guns really worth it? I feel like 3-pounder Galloper guns just feels like they're not really... Like they're not really worth it, you know? I do want to purchase a supply wagon, though, if at all possible. Not enough ammunition, not enough provisions. Well, I mean, it says I have quite a lot of both, so, I feel like you're lying to me, video game. I feel like you're lying loudly and insistently to me, video game. Hunter's rifles. I wonder... I'm guessing I just can't get enough. I just can't get any more of them. Provisions, ammunition, ammo. I feel like you're lying to me, video game, but maybe when the day is over. Black Market Network. Nope. Okay, I'm not entirely sure what it means. It seems to be full, so... Eh? Shrugs? Right, do I buy some of this? I feel like Those are not worth it. 9,000... Storage. Let me get some Charlesvilles at least, and equip the 1st Viking Brigade with those, so that I'll get a little bit more shooting. There, that'll make them a little bit better. How about the 2nd Viking Brigade? Yeah, I don't really have enough. I could give them some brown besses, but feels kind of pointless at that point. Right, let's have Washington peek his head out and see what's going on. Newport is still defended. Providence is 3,000 men. Leicester is only being held by 700 men again, so another offensive up the middle, now that I've been reinforced, might not be the worst idea. Stable and schoolhouse. Specialist per week +2. Arrangement ordered. Warehouse. Weekly loyalty change. Carpenter's shop. Materials +1. Materials are these. Horse production. I like that. I don't know what horses do, but it sounds useful. Merchant stall sounds useful as well. We're gonna keep bringing the little rifles. Oh, speaking of, before you go, you shall be the Latinx Brigade, because that was requested. The Latinx Brigade. Perfect. Also, I could attach things to them. Just line infantry, though. Never mind. Can I maybe get, I could. 3-pounder Galloper guns. Arsenal of 4. God, that feels like such a waste, though. No, I need more than that. I need a battery of 12, at least. At least, to make it even, like, marginally worth it. Market 20. Okay, so I could get 6-pounder, storage 2, market 0. 4-pounder, 3rd-pounder. 4-pounder. Right. Can I get... That's ruinously expensive, but let's get 12 of those. Four-pounder Galloper guns. And did that make them? I don't think that made them. Russia. Entry. Oh, do I just... I don't have a... Because I don't have a commander. Yeah, I don't have a commander, so I can't do that. Well, that was money straight down the drain, wasn't it? Oh, fucking well. Alpharius Omegon, America. Fuck yeah. And also, I recall hearing about World War II Italian soldiers saying about how they were going to go to Africa and get some dark-skinned wives. Any idea what the name of that was? I know what you're talking about. I have heard it too, but I can't remember the name of it either. It was really funny, though. See, there was actually one of the fun things about the Spanish Civil War. A lot of the people who were fighting for the Italians during the Spanish Civil War... Weekly loyalty change. Do I need a weekly loyalty change? I feel like Hartford is... Casualties decreases loyalty. Okay, well... never mind. Not enough resources.
Regroup here.
I wonder if the... No, of course not. I was about to say, I wonder if the AI has problems with loyalty. It's like, then I remember, it's a Gameslabs games. No, it doesn't. It would have been kind of cool if the AI, See, that would be the thing, where you have... The AI has infinite reinforcements, but every time the AI needs to reinforce itself, it actually needs to tear away at a pool of loyalty, so that each time it does so, it actually gets either, like... Another 580. Either, like, worse reinforcements, or maybe, like, cities will randomly... drop out of the British and join the Americans, for example. Stuff like that could be cool. Hello, British. Once again, I now outnumber you. Eat it. But yes, to finish the thought, many of the Italian volunteers who were sent to Spain were told that they were going to Africa. Because it was quite a nice thing. The colonial adventures were quite popular. And then they were even given tropical uniforms to kind of, sell them on it. But then, instead, they were shipped off to Spain, because nobody really wanted to go to Spain. No, nobody had a burning desire to go fight in the Spanish Civil War, really. And so getting volunteers for that was it's a lot more complicated. And so a little bit of subterfuge was deemed necessary.
Keep moving.
The tropical uniforms, by the way, turned out to kind of suck in Spain, as Spain can be hot. Spain can absolutely be hot, but it's very rarely. We are winning at supply shelter. Oh, I guess that's the capture objectives. Okay, but it is very rarely tropically hot, and so the tropical uniforms did the troops no favors, really. Just line up in front of those. Skirmishes. I'm quite happy if you want to be up there. Let's move these three in to start cleaning up the flank. And we'll just start marching this one pretty much directly behind the little ships.
Heresy's the question. Fire is the answer.
Move forward. Oh, what the fuck are you doing then? Skirmishers! I don't know what you're doing, and I don't know why you were doing that, but the enemy elected to randomly surrender for no particular reason, so I guess your lives were spared by the retardation of the enemy commander. Okay, well, I mean, sometimes it's nice to have the enemy be absolutely patently fucking retarded, I guess. It's not something you should rely upon to keep your troops alive most of the time, but it's nice when it happens. Good God. I am deeply distraught by the fact that the AI in this video game is actually intelligent enough to retreat, though. I hate that. I wish it would just sit there and allow me to slowly surround it and then wipe it off the board every time. That would be good. I'd like that. Okay, fuck it. Just... yeah, you're tired already, aren't you? God damn it. Units in this game get tired a lot quicker than Civil War. A lot quicker. If only you would allow me to actually, capture you properly, instead of running away all the time. It makes for a decent enough KD, don't get me wrong, but prisoners is what I really want. Filthy, cowardly Yankees. Yankees? Brits. Still basically a 3-to-1 KD, so it's not the worst thing in the entire universe. What a glorious morning for America. Yeah, pretty much. Make sure to push in there and give them a couple more smacks on the butt as they retreat. Couple more warm, loving taps on the tush. Okay. They immediately then countercharge with their entire fucking army, but they are apparently going to allow me to try and kill their cavalry, which I enjoy. Can't forever. Name one of the cav units, the Vorsh Brigade. I wish I had cavalry. I really wish I had cavalry. The enemy's cavalry have now placed themselves in a very intriguing position, however. I'm not sure they thought this through. I'm feeling like my skirmishes are exposed, to put it mildly, but... It's a question whether it matters. Can you move up there? Is that like a difficult terrain? That looks like terrain that would be difficult for horsies. Maybe it is. I would like it if that terrain was difficult for horsies. Well, it's going to be a lot less enemy horses now. Unfortunately, I do believe that enough of them will live for them to reform the unit, so I'm not gonna really be doing too much in the way of permanent damage here, but at least they won't be able to harass me very effectively as I yet again flee from the rest of their army. Archibald Sparrow has chatted. That's a lovely name, Archibald Sparrow. Right, but I am not stopping that, so, turn around.
Press the attack. Be true.
Why am I so much slower than the enemy, exactly? Like, why are they so fucking... I even got the plus speed thing. Surely I should be able to outrun them, and yet... the video game doesn't seem to be of the opinion that I'm able to outrun them. Okay, let's get the militia out there too, in case I'm gonna need them, and I might. Okay, plus 20% movement speed. Surely I should be able to outrun them. No, why? And then the supply truck is like, how about I just stop right here? How about if I just cease moving right around here? How about that? How about if I do that? How about you don't do that? Okay, we need to get the militia in here, otherwise this militia move for... God, the pathing is fucking killing me. Okay. Right, reinforcements. Hold on a little longer. I don't know why you're leaving. Okay, there we go. Right, so now we're going to have a pitched battle against the enemy's vastly numerically superior forces. Again. There does seem to be a bit of a, commonality that... apparently they do get to start directly on top of you if you do that. I see. That is... and the entire army is already basically routing. Oh, fucking fantastic. Yeah, it does seem like your best opportunity at the early campaign is to basically just not do anything. And doing something is highly discouraged. And they're exhausted, too. Okay, that's awful. So... oh, come on, video game. It's like, yes, these units will start out routed. Oh, okay. How does that work? They run towards the enemy. I see. Is that what routed means, video game? Is that how what routed means? That's what it means in Games Lab, video games. Fair enough, video game. Fair enough. Yes, the routed units just attack the enemy. God, fucking... Game Labs. At some point, you need to realize that you're not actually at war with your player base. You don't need to actually just artificially ruin the game for them. You can make the game difficult in other ways than, you know, just making your units lose control and attacking the enemy. There are alternatives, trust me, I know. Difficult though that may be to understand for the average Game Lab developer. Right, my poor little skirmishers have basically been whittled away at this point. There's not a whole lot left of them, sadly. Okay, we've got a little bit of an advantage on the flank, maybe. Although mostly, we're just going to keep retreating, hoping that the reinforcements will arrive. Ah, Jesus. If they just charge me, I'm pretty sure I'd just die. Reinforcements are on their way, but they're still a fair old distance off. And I think these are militia troops, so their efficiency will be a pinch dubious. I do at least have the cover advantage, which is good. Skirmishers, there's so fucking few of you left. I almost don't want to use you for anything. But not using troops is not a luxury I possess. Oh yeah, they're gonna just roll right over me, I think. Yeah, there is no fucking fighting the garrison there, I don't think. Skirmishes. Holy shit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units versus 4 or 5. Right, that unit will be broken up. That unit will be broken up. Oh, good. 100 enemy skirmishers. Right, well, I do not fucking have anything to deal with that. Not really, no. Alright, well, these guys are just gonna have to try and cock-block them for a little bit. Oh yeah, everything is just getting completely overrun. I am wanting to have a retreat all button. Unfortunately, I don't think the player gets one of those. Only the AI gets one of those. I see. Let's begin moving towards the map border, hoping maybe that'll allow me to flee, basically. But Games Labs, if the AI is allowed to retreat as units, why isn't the players? Because we really like having incredibly unfair video games. I see. A reasonable enough explanation. Well, I don't know if it's reasonable, but... Slow fighting retreat. Bring back Washington. The last of my skirmishers. At least they're killing off a lot of the Queen's rangers as well. That's something. Right, the reinforcements on the flanks have done some decent work here. If my center was doing a little bit better. I might see... yeah. I was about to say, if my center was doing a little bit better, I might see an opportunity for a counterattack, but I'm not so sure about that. Okay, good. Nice. Let's see if I can make some kind of a frontage. I'm very glad they're not simply charging me, because if they were, that would be pretty much it. Yeah, just too many units. Even when I do get a good flanking, it's too many units behind it. Yep, not a fucking hope in hell. The counter maneuver did do decently, but routing 2 enemy units ain't enough when there's another 4 or 5 behind it. And now they're deciding to charge me. Yeah, that's a problem. God, I wish I had a retreat button. That would be fun. I would really enjoy having a retreat button right about now, because retreat button would be a very good thing to use right now. So that I'd avoid getting, you know, randomly my units taken prisoners, but again, that is a feature for the AI, not for you, silly player. How dare you think that you get to salvage your army? No, no, no. That's the AI who gets to do that. Silly, silly player. Silly player. How dare you think you will get mechanics? Right, well, everybody, just run. Just run. Is there perhaps just a... No, there isn't. Right, leave battle, I guess? Yes. Yeah, trying to fight in this stage of the video game is a terrible, terrible idea, and you really should just fall back to Hartford and, well, wait, basically. That seems to be the general idea. Ah, there we go. The rest of them, a little bit more of the map is unlocked. Incidentally, the map will unlock slowly as you play. So I think there's, in total, 4 map expansions. The first stage of the game, you're just losing. You are just losing. You can cheese it, you can, and I have, by basically sending out like a militia unit to drag units out of Boston, and then moving in from the north to just take Boston and then win the game instantly. There'll still be like 8,000 British troops down here ready to kill you, but the game doesn't care. So long as you take that moment and you just grab Boston, you win instantly. Now, why you would want to do that, I'm not sure, because it seems like a really, really boring way of playing the game. But it is the best way to win the game early on. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's the only way to win the game early on. Right. Do I have more research? Yes, I do. Good. Okay. I need general. So that gave me another 20 reputation. Do I want to use that for anything? Nah, I'm kind of bleeding reputation because I'm getting my ass beat by, the numerically superior enemy. Again, if I was intelligent, I would just sat on my ass. But where's the fun in being intelligent? Alright, lots of little British forts. and Hatfield. Whilst the cities are controlled by the Americans, the forts are controlled by the British. Simon Jones, a famous robber who has established himself with unconventional robberies, has decided to join us to fight against England. Well, that's nice. I think we should close around his past because the build can help us. +1 officer. Decent people won't support us. I mean, I really don't want -10 reputation. That's kind of huge, but I also don't have any officers. No, give me the prestige. We don't want rabble here. Yeah, I used up all of my fucking muskets. Oh god. It's like I just equipped them with decent muskets, and the game is like, here's 50% casualties. Haha, you don't have enough muskets anymore. Yeah, I know. I was enjoying being able to use something that, you know, wasn't a fucking reboard musket for a little while. Shame on me. Shame on me. Right, I should be building stuff. I should be building production points, materials. 2.6 across regions. Okay, how do I build those? Income? No. There's no pan left button. Why is there no pan left button? Materials. Materials, carpenter's shop. Okay, yes. Let's start building carpenter's shops. And we're going to need that materials. Right, we've still got a good number of recruits, and we're still getting a lot more recruits. Can I finally buy those cannons? Because I really want those cannons. Considering I bought them at ridiculous expense, I'd really like to have them. Nope, no officers. Oh, fuck me.
Advance quickly.
Alright, Mr. Washington, I'm just kind of going to abandon Hartford right now and see... 480 dudes. Okay. $480 dudes. $480 dudes. Still not enough muskets, huh? God damn it. More shitty civilian muskets it is. Alright, I'll send you to deal with Fort Montgomery.
Keep moving.
And, the Creeks decide to give us 6 copper. I'll take it. And we'll move the militia to Hartford.
Regroup here.
Right, New Haven. We can still build... Oh, we can build more carpentry houses now. Okay. I'm already building those. Okay, merchant stalls then. Money is useful. I'm assuming this is non-passable terrain. I'm presuming that. That may be a wild assumption, but it seems reasonable. Carpenter shops. Carpenters, carpenters. How's my research going? Oh, I can research more stuff. Okay, what can I research? What was that thing there? Refill copper, raising funds, 1 officers. Yes, God fucking help me. Yes, officers. Jesus Christ.
Hold the line.
There's a lot of peasants that want to fight for the American Revolution, but there are frighteningly few officers, unfortunately. And we'll bring the militia down. Do I suffer from a lack of ammunition? I'm going to assume yes, just because you gave me that event. I don't know if that's true. I mean, I feel like I have plenty of ammo. Alright. Let's besiege Fort Montgomery. Confiscation of cargo. Loyalty in Connecticut will decrease by 2%, currently 91. Other people are inevitable. Other people's property is inviolable. That is true. That is true. Weapons for the army. Civilian muskets. You know what? I don't want any more civilian muskets. The civilian muskets are actually fucking garbage. Please no. Oh, never mind. They're... Well, I managed to outshoot them the last time I did this, but apparently not this time. Reclaim your equipment and supplies, you silly willies. God. Alright, well, I clearly underestimated that quite a bit, as they are fucking absolutely pounding my ass. Jesus. I mean, it is a fort, so I mean, I understand to a degree, but I managed to get the other fort fairly easily. Not this one, though. Jesus, not at all. This one just absolutely annihilated my troops with virtually no casualties. Nice. Well, I suppose it is a fort, so I get it. I was just hoping that it would be more like the previous fort, not, you know, monstrous. Is the city being besieged by like 5,000 dudes? No? Okay, good. Good. Just put more militia in it. I'm sure it'll be fine. Well, unfortunately, I'm not taking that fort anytime soon then, it seems. Right, move the regular army back over to Hartford. Union. And I'll put you back in garrison, and honestly, I feel like the only thing to do now is just sit and wait for research to pop, because if I go anywhere, I feel like I'll just get fucking murdered. $3,000 money, 17 materials. I got lots of materials.
Heresy's the question. Fire is the answer.
Am I building something anywhere? I am building something anywhere, everywhere, more correctly. Right, money appears to be the big problem right now, so let's focus on money. Fur trader. Textiles. Furs, so I can... Okay, so I can sell furs for a lot of money. That's nice. I like that. That's cool.
Advance.
Now, unfortunately, I don't know if I have a decent connection to the fur trader, but hopefully something will get through. Right, Artillery Chief, Research Navy Department. That doesn't seem like something that the Artillery Chief would necessarily do, but maybe. Blacksmith Shop, Henry Knox Magazine, accuracy available ammunition storage, Henry Knox, Officer, okay, good. 5% gun production, Ordnance Silty, 93 fucking days. God. Okay, well, better get started, I suppose. What about you? Okay, 3 days until I have that ready. 3 days until I that ready.
Keep moving.
Leonard Church, I must admit this somewhere. I visited my best friend and his older sister is a lesbian in a relationship. Apparently she's not fully gay and came on to me. Stuff happened. I NTR the relationship and her. Good. NTR is the objectively superior fetish. We all know this. NTR is good for you. It is highly beneficial for everyone that engages in it. More or less. Any more muskets arriving on the market, incidentally? 370 on the market, nice. I mean, it costs way more than I can afford, but at least I have the opportunity to perhaps purchase some soon. I wonder if there's like a resource bar somewhere that shows how much ammo I have like in total. Construct shipyard infrastructure in Hartford. Do I really want shipyards in Hartford? Infrastructure, that's the other one. That's this one, right? No, it's not. And that one. Hartford? No resources, apparently. Hartford, Connecticut. Agriculture shipyard, 40 materials. Well, that's going to take a while. 40 materials. Jesus. We've received a message from the Roxys. They request from us 88 civilian muskets. You know what? Here, I've got loads of those. Canadian reinforcements, 1,360. Yep. Ah, good stuff. Right, raise funds. You are running out of funds. Okay, that sounds useful. Navy Department. I do like the idea of a Navy Department. Do give Navy Department. Man, I can't wait until I have more than one general. That will be the day. That will be the happy day of happiness and joy. Where suffering will no longer be necessary. $313, eh? You can increase materials by expanding your territorial control. Well, I mean, yes, but 14.7. Why isn't it going up? Is it because I built the things? Why isn't it going up? Are they not done yet? 174 days. Okay, 238 days. Never mind, it's not finished yet. In fact, it will take a very long time before any of it is finished. Specialists per week. I don't know what specialists are, but I'm hoping it means officers. Not all factories or shipyards used. But that costs money, though. Costs 28. How much am I earning? I am... Sea trade, 806. Army expenses, financing, 4,500. Army expenses, market, fleet, intelligence, sea trade, financing. So, am I... 2,000, okay, so I can spend more. Okay, nice. No, Arch research Continental Army. Screw the Navy. That's probably not a bad idea. But I want Department of the Navy too, though. I'll just hurry it up, because I do have the reputation for it now. $2,500 extra bucks.
Heresy's the question. Fire is the answer.
Right, Continental Army. Artillery and skirmishers. The question is, do I have weapons for that? Benedict Arnold. I would like another general. I really fucking would like another general. But 2 more regular military units would also be really sweet. So let's do that. Chief of the Navy. I have a child to assign to be Chief of the Navy. Good. Children should fight wars, like their fathers should, of course. Requires ammunition per day. Okay, but how much ammunition do I have? That is a question I have of you, video game. Foreign relations, headquarters, construction. I don't actually know how much ammo I have, so I don't really know if that's expensive or not. Strigoi, sympathy donuts, $5. Thank you very much, sir. Actually, it would be very useful to know how much ammunition I have. Tremendously so. Slaves! Ooh, good. I do like slaves. Slaves are useful. I mean, I got lots of ammo here, but I don't think that's what the game is referring to. All British troops? Yep. They will continue to spawn for all eternity, I'm pretty sure. Weird warfare noises off in the distance. No. Okay, so I've got these resources. Where do I know ammunition? 64 out of 96. Is that how much I have? Alright, video game, but how many am I getting? How much am I producing? Where do I see this? Two per day. So I'm making 2 ammunition per day. Am I? Is that... Because if that's true, then I am making absolutely no ammunition, and I should definitely not be spending it on anything. I figured out this obtuse system the last time around, but I've completely forgotten it by now. I think it has something to do with this.
Heresy's the question. Fire is the answer.
The 3 barrels icon. 3 barrels icon? That one. Market. That's the market. Aha, so I have 100 horses. Okay. Ferguson rifles. I mean, I would love Ferguson rifles, but 33 of them doesn't... yes, that's a bad offer. 33 rifles is not really going to benefit me that much, I'm afraid. That is a bit of a dumb place to put it. So 100 rifles, but it doesn't list ammunition. God, fuck me. God, it does make it difficult to figure out. Now I have 315 in storage, I guess. So I've got loads of ammo, I think. Creek's tribe has a little Norwegian flag in their thing. I wonder if I'd gotten any more officers yet. Have I? I do! Oh, thank fucking Jesus, finally. Okay, artillery. 4-pound galloper guns. Hardly the heaviest thing around, but it's something, and I just kind of need something. Right, do I want to bother adding militia to it? I think so. I'm pretty sure I had a... Really? Really? Okay. I'm pretty sure I had a lot more muskets than that. Oh, apparently I'm out of muskets. How? I am pretty fucking sure I had a lot of muskets. Sword 28. Oh, fucking never mind. I guess I just got them all killed somewhere, I presume? Very well. I can buy some more Chancellor muskets, and I shall. Right, Viking Brigade, we can give you Charles Wills again. There, and just... Recruitment house now. Shipyard 9 days. Yes, I'm not going to be able to do that. Okay, 2,000, 3,000. It's like, yep, I hope you don't expect me to do anything about that video game, because, yeah. Oh, 5 furs. Thank you. That will be much money in my coffer.
Quickly.
Yes, again, video game, I hope you're not expecting me to deal with that. Okay, 640. That's a bit more realistic numbers for me to deal with. Let's see. Where's the... They've got 700 guys there. And an attempt to avoid war. I think that's a bit late, my dude.
Victory or death.
How many... Okay, 5,000 in Boston. 2,000 in Providence. 700 in Newport. How many up here? Fort Rice, 355. No. I don't even know if I have 9 iron. I'm not going to give 9 iron to France. That seems silly. Seems patently fucking absurd, actually. Well, give me at least the cannons. I want the cannons. I don't care about the other dudes. Just give me at least the cannons. 12 cannons. Lovely. I can expand upon you later. Just give me my 12 little cannons. I want my 12 cannons. Thank you. Oh, they don't have different talent trees anymore. That's a bit of a bummer. Right, at least I can re-recruit units. That's good. That rapes their efficiency, but such is life. Alright, maybe we should try to retake Hatfield at least. Rather than, you know, surrendering completely to the enemy. We'll just give them a turn to reform. There. Now they're all happy.
Keep moving.
God damn it, I wish it would tell me when this is textiles. Do I want textiles? Probably not. Quartermaster Command. Yep. J. Richford. Detailed maps. Qualified engineers. Fur trading post. Rum distillery. Tobacconist shop. U.S. State Musket. New building lumber mill. Well, that is definitely going to be better than the piece of shit I have, so let's get going on that one. A 1,205 now. Their numbers have increased drastically since last I saw them. Unfortunate. Founding of a revolutionary newspaper. That's always good.
press the attack.
Ah. A set-piece battle for once. That's a rarity. 1,000 against 1,500. Oh yes, by the way, as Jack points out, the game is still in early access, mind you. The main things they need to work on is the UI. Like the resources are derpy. They're not very well laid out. So some better UI would definitely be good, as is the case in many Gameslabs games. And I do think the developers just need to chill a little bit. Well, more correctly, I think they need to add in a few more Why does the enemy always start with my fucking... So even when I'm on the defensive, the enemy starts out with the objective points on their side. I don't quite get that, because I'm pretty sure I'm assaulting here, and yet... That's like in the middle of nowhere. Weird. I finally have cannons. I have longed for the day when I will have cannons for my own. And now the day has finally come. Fucking skirmishers, really? Oh, come on. Oh, come on. God damn it. See, I wish I had that button too, because that button would have been really useful in our previous engagement. The retreat because you are terribly outnumbered button. It's a very useful button that I wish the player would have access to. Because it seems very fucking useful, honestly. It's things like these that are classic Gameslabs, where this is clearly a mechanic that the AI is capable of using very effectively by retreating. Okay, but surely the player should have the ability to do that as well. Come on now, don't be retarded. Because when you're fighting a losing battle, well, not fighting the losing battle is quite self-evidently the best course of action. At least I got a little bit of damage. Apparently, the British know very well how dangerous artillery is, and they are not interested in fighting against it. Okay, fair enough. I have myself noticed how dangerous artillery is, so I too would like to know about. Now, artillery, if I tell you to go attack the city, will you actually attack the city, like, with your artillery, or will you move up there and just be shot to pieces because there's just 100 of you? Right, let's see if we can actually make a decent round out of this. UI, introductions, a bit more of like an explainer for what exactly is going on. What else? I think those really are like the main two things that Gameslabs needs to work on. Oh, and finishing the game, of course. Which, see, normally you would think that would be a, you know, pretty self-explanatory thing. You know, of course they're gonna finish the game, Arch. What are you on about? This is Gameslabs. They don't finish most of their games. I love them. I love Gameslabs. I really do. I may not give the impression out of it because I do complain a lot about their developer versus player-itis, which they are patient zero of player versus developer. Absolutely, no question about it. But I love their games. I love the scale and breadth of the games that they make. That is just player versus developer is their biggest Achilles heel, and this often leads them to get frustrated with their audience and just simply not finish making a game. And this has happened like, I think 3 or 4 times now. Like Ultimate Admiral's Dreadnoughts, they didn't finish that one. It's still basically in a alpha state as far as the UI is concerned. The naval action, I think it was called. That one, it still doesn't have a UI practically. Like, it is in a dreadful state, and now they're working on another game that looks like it does the exact same thing as the game that they stopped working on. Like, Gameslabs. Finish your video games, Gameslabs. Age of Sail 2 was a bit of a disappointment, but for different reasons. Age of Sails was mostly a disappointment to me because of, They never really managed to bring in the full scale and depth of it, and it had a static campaign. I much prefer the organic campaigns like these. These are much better. The organic campaigns are way, way, way better. Much more replayability, much more stuff. Let's get the bayonets in there, boys. And of course they greed. That's another thing I will criticize them for. Greed. As they've already announced that apparently the British campaign for this one will be a DLC, which is kind of gay. It's kind of gay, I can't lie. I sort of understand, because I'm guessing that what their intent is to basically try and make the British like an AI end boss, basically, where they just line them up and they're not going to even try to pretend to have like the AI engage with the economy anymore. They're just going to give them infinite reinforcements, just rallying onto the map. And basically go, okay, you are the underdog, defend yourself. Alright, I can see a certain appeal to that. I can also see a certain frustration to that, but people still are going to want to play the British. You know, you're just going to have to come up with a way to do the same for the Americans. You know, just have them raise incredibly large numbers of troops. You know, limit the reinforcements. Yes, it's going to feel rather retarded as you're going to play the Americans like, oh, another 2,000 Brits arrived. A week later, oh, another 2,000 Brits arrived. And then you're playing the British like, 5 men came off the boats to laugh at you, sir. This feels unfair. Well, again, you're playing a Gameslabs games, and to some extent, you're just gonna have to fucking suck it. Alright, well, more Brits are charging me. I don't mind, at least if they do it piecemeal, that's something. Black917, hail ArchCast, our Lord and Savior. Happy Independence Day. Hashtag FNAF Smash or Pass. Alright, well, I'm just gonna run back a little bit, and surely, yes, I am basically on their flanks already, which is nice. Alright, Britbongs. What's the strategy here? Artillery, please be in range. Kind of. They're kind of in range. God, I wish I had cavalry. That's the problem with Arch. Never enough. First he wants artillery, he finally gets artillery. 3-pounder artillery, true, which isn't much to write home about, necessarily. But artillery, at least. And immediately, he's just asking for cavalry instead. It's just never good enough, is it? Never good enough. And that is by and large true, to be fair. It is never good enough. Well, this is looking like a lovely little sandwich, actually. You continue the rear march. God, I wish I had the ability to do that too. Alright, well, I mean... They are to an extent surrounded, so... Get in there, boys. Take no prisoners, or, well, actually do take prisoners. That's the entire reason why I'm doing this, to get lots and lots of pretty little prisoners. So please, do take loads and loads of prisoners, actually. Nice, I think that was pretty much the entire force. Except for these guys. Okay, your condition is 95%. Brilliant. John Templar. Your duty will be to chase down the Britponks. Good, good, good. Chase the filth down. Stab them, stab them. There we go. Another 500 victories like that, and we've pretty much evened up this fight. See, the civilians are clearly in the wrong in this picture. They're throwing rocks at the soldiers. That's just silly. You should not throw rocks at the soldiers. Not unless you at least have some guns of your own, okay? If you don't have guns, you should not throw rocks at the soldiers. It's very simple. Continental Army, 55 days away. Weapons, further still. Right, let's get that infrastructure thing going then. Kingston, New Haven, Hartford. Shipyard infrastructure. Okay. And you know what? The best part about all of this, like the future of Games Labs and all of this, is going to be that one day... Oh. The rural blacksmith has produced 198 civilian muskets. Thank you. That is a very productive little rural blacksmith. I appreciate your efforts. I really do. The real cool thing is the future of Ultimate Generals, right? Because you can kind of see it in how the developer does it, where he starts out with Ultimate Generals, which is just Gettysburg, which is just one battle, right? Okay, one battle. Then, after a while, King George has refused even to read it and declare the colonists traitors. Well, fair enough, yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, that's the specialists. I see. Volunteers assigned, trained, also need to become low-rank officers in the company and ships, also need for the management of civil buildings, can increase the numbers, settlements, okay. He starts out with that, which is just like, okay, here's a battle system. I'm throwing a battle system at you to see if you like the battle system. And most people like the battle system, alright? Let me slap on a campaign system to the battle system, which was Ultimate General Civil War. Does people like this? They do. What do they want? They want more. All right. What do I add next? Well, what about a little bit of a naval system, right? An Age of Sail. People like that too. And slowly but surely, he's now built up a whole like overworld campaign system with buildings, with infrastructures, with supply routes, etc. Eventually, I guarantee you, this crazy little motherfucker is going to make like a total war game like this. That's what I hope. That is what I so dearly hope, that he will end up just making a whole total war game out of this. Oh, that would be so awesome. Like full Total War scale, Europe, like Victoria Total War or Napoleon Total War. But like this, complete... I like France. Complete with all of the supply systems, all of the logistical systems, like all of the production of weapons, etc., the research system, the naval warfare, all of that. Oh, that will be a dream game. You know, judging by the developmental speed of Games Lab, it's going to take another 10, 20, 30 years, but I'm looking forward to it. Ah, see, chat immediately then happens upon the nasty part too. Total War did the same thing, then they slowly went back to basics. Yes. See, that is one of the potential shit parts of this, right? What could very well happen is that Games Labs is like thinking about going in that direction, but eventually, due to whatever reasons, they elect to reverse course, just like Creative Assembly did. Oh hey, I didn't even know that this was a thing. Inspire locals. $1,000 per week. Oh, that's ridiculous. I'm expecting their loyalty. I'm not gonna buy it. Jesus. Especially not at that price. And maybe the same fate will happen to, established money. How does France like me? Tension, confidential, British Empire, passionate. I would imagine. So the French like me a little bit. Maybe one day the French will come help me. Not yet, though. Civilian muskets. I should just be making ammo continuously and probably some wagons. And I should queue up like a 1,000 of these awful things to be produced slowly and painfully over many thousands of years. Oh, I remember now. This was how this stupid system worked. I remember this retarded system now. Because, yes, this is how you assign factories. They start out with maximum factories assigned for some absurd reason that seems impossible to understand. And then when you click on it, it's like, what does this do? Oh, that's retarded. Yes, it is. Yes, it very much so is. I hate it. I despise it. I wish there was a different system for that. And yet there is not. So what the fuck are you gonna do about it? Prisoners. Lots. Ah, yes. I've been thinking about ways to reduce my number of prisoners. It hasn't really been working out yet. Weekly loyalty change. I don't really need that, though. Ah, you can drag it. Nice. Dum-de-dum. It would also be nice if there was, you know, something in the interim, because I mean, the game gives you the opportunity to get, like, more army right now, but it feels kinda useless, you know? Like, okay, I could build loads and loads of militia. I could build loads and loads of militia. Is that wise? Is loads and loads of militia going to be useful against the British? No, but you could do it. Yeah, I suppose. War. In a stunning turn of events, reports from a diplomatic source indicates that Britain and France have officially entered into a state of whoa. The tension between them has been simmering for years, but now apparently hostilities have erupted. Wow. I do like it when the French declare war on the British. That is a good thing. It should happen more often, frankly. Do you want to have another go at Fort Montgomery? Sabotage in Hartford. But why? But why? Why must you do this to me? I don't understand. In a bold strategic move, the British have spawned another 1,360 troops. Native American allies from Canada in a swift advance towards Fort Ticonderoga. This maneuver grants the British control over key northern passage and disrupts American plans to conquer Canada. God, I wish they had conquered Canada. I really do. Well. Yay, Connecticut. Connecticut gave me money for reasons unknown.
Keep moving.
Oh yes, retraining militia into better units. That's a great idea, chat. That would be really good. That would actually give you a reason to, like, train troops initially. Much shamed. If City Skylines can replace SimCity, Ultimate Generals can replace Total War. Absolutely. I just hope that, like... The biggest issue with GamesLab is that their reputation is kind of flagging at times. In large part, again, because they do have a nasty tendency of not actually finishing their goddamn video games, which is a huge concern that they need to work out. They need to rectify that image of themselves as that company who never completes a product. That's very, 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 very important, obviously. And if they can just do that, I think that games like this will do much better. Because let me check. I think it was actually down to... Okay, it's back to mostly positive now, which is good. Because American Revolution was down to mixed there for a while. Because of their announcement that they would make the British DLC rather than a part of the base game, which was a silly thing to do. It's like, okay, you got a game with two sides. Obviously, people are going to want to play both sides, and we also know that it doesn't take you all that much effort to make the other side playable. They need a decent PR team. That's the thing that Ultimate General Civil War needs the most. A solid PR team. If they could just get that, I imagine, honestly, the game would be doing much better, with much better more people, because they are struggling with word of mouth. Army Innovation 2, as Total War has benefited tremendously from its word of mouth. Like, that's what's actually managed to catapult it into a mainstream title, right? Word of mouth. And that is something that the Ultimate General crowds really do need to focus in on a lot more. A lot more. Can I, if I do bounties, will that actually, No, that doesn't. Well, it's low recruits and once you don't the army. Recruiting bonus of 29%. Right. Well, I do actually have a bit of money now. And finally, shit is being available on the market, so it's got a very slow mid-game still, as I'm kind of just hunt rifle, 0 on the market. Yes, tragically. I bought up all the Charlesvilles. Now there's still 129 left. It's got a very slow mid-game. You know what, I really think what they should do is they should have a early campaign where you fight against, like, the Indians, and you build up there, and then you go to the Civil War, because, again, right now, I've only got a maximum of, what, 3 regular units? So I've got, like, 1,200 regular troops. Meanwhile, the British just spawned another 2,000 troops behind me. They've got, 4,000 there, another 2,000 there, another 3,000 there, another 200 there, and these are all regular troops, meaning that, as the American player, you kind of just have to sit on your ass for a while, and another 1,000 there, and wait for your research to finish up, so you can actually start making guns, and making weapons, and making cannons. Allowing you to create a bit more of an industrial base early on, I think, would be advantageous. And sure, some players are going to cheese the game by doing that, by taking Boston immediately, winning the game, and going like, haha, GamesLab, see? Your video game is too easy. But they're always going to do that. People are doing that now. People are winning the campaign right now in the first, like, 5 days. That's just a thing. You're going to have to understand that most players won't do that, and that if you allow for a little bit of a less retarded mid-game or early game, it'll be more interesting in the long term. At least I believe so. I wonder where those... Oh, hello. Who are you? Indians, apparently. Okay. Yes, Fort Saratoga, 2,000 people. How the fuck are you feeding those? 2,000, holy shit. 1,100, yes. How on God's good earth are you feeding these? I'm guessing food is coming from, like, Canada, I guess? Or, you know, alternatively, they aren't feeding those, because, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's just downright a lot of them. Native American. Ah, so you just need to keep, like, a bunch of, muskets on hand to hand over to the Native Americans when they ask for them. Interesting. See, it wasn't my interest to bring them down there, but I have now, which is most unfortunate. And more generals, God help me. I'm glad the AI isn't actually active, because if the AI was to be active and just attack everywhere, it's like, well, I guess I die. And so they kind of have to nerf the AI to make it possible to even live as the player. Yeah, there are definitely some small things that need a little bit of adjustment here and there. 248, wait. I couldn't give away 20 muskets, but I had 248 in storage. How does that work? I didn't get that one. I didn't get that one. But right. Since it's probably going to be an hour or two before I actually get to do anything again now, as I'm right now just sat here waiting for the research of, you know, regular army, which is another month, and then muskets, which is another month and a half. I think we can confidently declare once again that the game is getting better. I think it's heading in the right direction. It's still solid, it still runs well, the combat still feels good. It's still a Gameslabs games, but I think they've got something really good here if they actually manage to finish the damn thing at some point, which would be nice. I do think, however, that if we're going to do a full campaign of this, I'm probably going to skip the first 3 hours of pseudo-tutorial levels next time. God help me. Or simply just play the British, which would be perhaps the superior solution. Well, there you are. Ultimate Generals Civil War. Not Civil War. American Revolution. I keep calling it Civil War. American Revolution. It's got a ways to go, but it's a really cool idea that I think will become really good. It's just that you're gonna have to put like 30, 40 hours into it to eventually arrive at the point where you can have like massive battles and like ship war and stuff. Like when you see on the screenshots, you see like dozens of units fighting. Yeah, that will happen eventually. Eventually. It's just gonna take a while. And they are still working on it. Yes, American Revolution is in early access right now, so this is basically the beta in essence. So it is still going to be evolved upon quite a bit, though I will give you the warning note that one of the things with Gameslabs is that their games tend to not necessarily grow all that much from early access to finished product. Like, you can look at Ultimate Admiral Dreadnought for a wonderful example of that. Where the finished game, well, it's got a lot more models and a lot more, like, ways to build your ships, but, like, the campaign mode, etc. is pretty much the same mode as, you know, it started out as. Still. We'll give it another year in the oven, and the next 4th of July, we'll revisit American Revolution again. Until then, chat, have a good night. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you for your generous donations. I'll see you all again, possibly not tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see. I might have something else up. Have a good night, chat.